With that, we've invited members of your own class to introduce the speakers tonight. So I'd like to call the first one up to speak.
Hi, everybody. My name is Juliana Schnurr, and I'd just like to take a moment to reflect on the kinds of conversations that I've had with the speakers that you'll be hearing from, as well as you guys and other students that I've met during orientation week. I've really come to appreciate how Carnegie Mellon students are not afraid to pursue multiple passions and have various interests and share their different talents. I think it's a really important part of the CMU community that we all support and encourage each other no matter what path you're choosing to take. I'm currently on the path to become a BXA student studying design and creative writing, and I'd like to introduce you to a former BXA student, Joanna Lovering. Joanna Lovering graduated from the BHA program in 2004, studying drama and psychology. After a nonlinear path out of CMU, she currently works in New York City managing digital products for an online fitness startup. She enjoys exploring the NYC art scene, and she runs a fashion consulting business on the side. Joanna's favorite memory from her freshman year is when she found her best friend at CMU during Playfair. Please welcome me in please join me in welcoming Joanna.
Now I gotta turn this on. Give me a thumbs up in the back if you can hear me. Sweet, audience participation already there, rock on. All right, class of 2020, what is up? Whoa! Yes, all right, you survived freshman orientation and some serious monsoon rain outside. Congrats, all right. Here we go. I'm just gonna set up my cards and get comfortable up here. It's all good. You guys are comfortable, right? All right. You're probably going to get comfortable in this place. You're going to be in economy quite a bit. So thanks so much for the great introduction, too. Really appreciate it. You already know a little bit about me, so I want to ask some questions of you guys. So by a raise of hands, can I just know who here knows where Donner is? Yeah, because like you all live there, right? Okay, thank you. Donner! I don't know what this is. This is like freaking me out. All right. Okay, second question. Who here knows where Skibo Gym is? Some of you. No, that's cool, all right. That's the old gym, not the awesome new one that you guys have. All right, third question. Who here knows where Woodlawn is? Okay. Okay, right here. Hey, what's your name?
I'm Jake.
Jake, nice to meet you. Guys, a round of applause for Jake right here. All right. Jake, I have a question for you. I promise this is not a trick question.
Okay.
Okay. If I asked you to leave this room right now, I'm not.
Okay.
And you need to find Woodlawn, how would you do that?
Internet?
The internet. Yes. Is there any particular website that you would go to?
Probably Google Maps.
Google Maps, everybody. Yes, round of applause. Brilliant, brilliant students here at Carnegie Mellon. No, that was exactly the answer I was looking for. How about a high five? Rock on, man. Okay. Google Maps, exactly. And let me tell you what, I am a map person. I'm a pretty organized person most of the time. I'm the type of person that likes to know where she's going. I like to know my choices in front of me. Can anyone else relate to that? I'm not so great with ambiguity. Not my forte. Okay, some of you. The other people in here are like, oh no, I got this down. I'm like, okay. So let me tell you a quick story about ambiguity. And first, that's my name. Okay, great. So my summer in between freshman and sophomore year, I did an awesome study abroad program in Rome. And for those of you who are not paying attention, this is Paris, people. This is Rome. Wake up, people. All right, so I'm in Rome. This is pretty much the first time I'd ever been outside of the country by myself. I mean, granted, I was with professors and other students from CMU. And I find out it's pretty much our first or second day, and I was told that we were going to be walking around that day. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I've never been here before. So our professor gets to the front of the room. It's Professor Laura Lee from architecture, for any of you architecture students. And she says, all right, you are going to be walking around today, but there are 3 rules. Rule number 1 is that you have to go off at it alone. Okay, great. Sweet. Rule number 2 is that you have to bring a pen and a pad with you because you have to write down the reasons why you turn from street to street. Okay. Rule number 3, you have 30 minutes to go out and 30 minutes to come back in. So you only have 1 hour for this exercise. But you can only use a map on the way back. This exercise is called Get Lost. All right, I'm the map girl. I was literally freaking out, okay? I have these 2 really good friends that come up at very opportune times in my life. Their names are Fear and Doubt. And Fear and Doubt show up at this time, and they're like, has this lady lost her mind? You don't speak the language. Are you going to get mugged? What's going to happen? Are you going to get back? Oh my God, this is craziness. I'm starting to sweat. But I don't want to fail this class, so I have to do the exercise. So here I am in Rome, and this is Rome. And I start walking around, and seriously, Fear and Doubt are following me wherever I go. And this is animation in PowerPoint, folks. Welcome. And I got a clap for that, thank you. And you know, I was definitely freaking out. I didn't know where I was going, but I was like, you know what, Joanna? Focus. You have your 3 rules. So I'm walking down some street, and I decided to turn left because I saw an elderly woman with her rosary beads, and she looked beautiful. So I write that down. And then I turn right because I see some kids playing in a fountain, and they look so cute. So I wrote that down, and I turned right. And I continued to walk straight ahead because there was a really hot Italian guy. I was like, yeah, priorities, right? Priorities. So I wrote that down, right? So I turned right and left. I literally have no idea where I am. And all of a sudden, my timer goes off. 30 minutes are up before I knew it. And I'm like, sweet. I get my map out of my back pocket, and I take the shortest route home. It only took me about 15 minutes so I could stop for gelato, too. Very important, okay? So my professor gets back to the front of the classroom. Everyone had congregated. And she said to us, you know, I don't really care where you went. What I care about is what you wrote down on the pad. I want to know why you went the places you went to. And I have still to this day, a good friend of mine, Michelle. She was the first one to answer. She said, well, I really like the colors. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Another person was like, I like the names of certain streets, so I just walked down those streets. There was another person I'll never forget, so CMU. This person was like, well, I walked 1 block and I turned right, and then I walked 2 blocks and then I turned left, and 3 blocks I turned right. I was like, oh my God, you are so not me. I was like, okay, dude, that's cool. And for me, I realized, you know what? It was all about people. Like, the people were interesting to me. That's like the running theme from this exercise. And my professor then kind of said the punchline. She said, when you are stripped of everything you know, and you have no information at all, and you're forced to make decisions, you tend to make those decisions based on your gut. And your gut is guided by your values. I'll say that one more time. When you have no information at all and you're forced to make decisions, you tend to make those decisions based on your gut. And your gut is guided by your values. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, that's pretty brilliant. Like, oh, I didn't really get it at the time, but yeah, like understanding people and knowing who they are, that's something, oh, hello, hi. That's something that I truly care about. So I put that piece of information on the shelf, and let's fast forward about a month. A month later, I am here on CMU campus. I was a sophomore then, and it was my first RA training. I was an RA in pretty much the best dorm on campus, and that dorm would be Mudge House. Whose house? Right. Thank you very much. You are so lucky to be there. It is awesome. All right, and so are all the other dorms too. It is obviously I'm a sophomore, it's my first year as an RA, and quite honestly, I gotta tell you, I was shocked I even got the job. I was really excited about it, but I had no clue what I was doing. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the week before freshman orientation is RA training. Did you guys know that? Yeah, oh, yes, okay. But yeah, so the week before is RA training, so your RAs are getting ready for all of you and the upperclassmen to arrive. And of course, during RA training, my pals, fear and doubt, they show up, obviously. And they're like, oh, what are you doing here? At the time, actually, Mudge House was mostly upperclassmen. I know it's all freshmen now, but it was upperclassmen. So like, fear and doubt are talking to me. Who the heck are you being an RA for upperclassmen, right? You have a staff of brand new people that you have to work with, and they have personalities, and maybe you won't get along, and then I'm going through safety training, and oh my God, what if one of my students keels over on me, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it was getting crazy, right? Maybe I have an anxiety problem, I don't know. So I remember one night, my house fellow at the time, who I'm still really good friends with, she comes up to me and she literally grabs me by the shoulders. And she says, Joanna, you are here on purpose. You are here for a reason. You're laughing, I know. You're here for a reason. You love helping people grow. We know this about you. You love helping people grow, and so you don't even have to know what you're doing. But as long as you have that in your head, no matter what decision you make, you're going to help your residents grow. That's what this job is all about. I'm like, oh, yeah, that is something I truly care about. I think this is my core value. Being able to name that core value has really helped me throughout even my career. I mean, every single job I can possibly think of, there's been an element of helping people grow. And let me tell you about my career. It has been, shall we say, non-linear, all right? I know you have spoken to, I'm sure, quite a few people at Carnegie Mellon, and maybe you are one yourselves, but like, you know, I'm gonna come in as a mechanical engineer. I'm gonna take mechanical engineering classes, and then I'm gonna be a world-famous mechanical engineer. And I'm like, I salute you. That is awesome, but that is it's never been me. You know, even when I was that kid, you like that? That's like so you guys would like me. It's cute. Even when I was that kid, right, people would say or ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'd be like, I don't know. And then if they ask me today, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, I don't know. Fear and doubt kind of show up all the time, right? I remember at CMU not knowing what I wanted to be totally freaked me out, right? Fear and doubt are in my head. Ooh, are you going to make a good use of your education? It's very expensive here. Sorry, guys. You know, are you going to get a job when you graduate? Oh, maybe you're going to be poor and destitute and live out on the street. I mean, it gets really dark. It snowballs, right? And, you know, there they are. And over the years, I have been able to kick them to the curb. Fear and doubt. And I put big red X's on them. Because in order to be successful, I have really had to stay flexible and curious and courageous. It's been a risk to be nonlinear in my career, but I've been successful in doing that. And you know, now I have a job where I feel totally intrinsically connected to my job. And it's at a tech startup. And I gotta tell you, probably more than half of you want to work at tech startups. I never, ever thought that I would be in that space. And it's because I kept getting lost. It's because I took the risk to take jobs and take steps that did not mirror my major here at Carnegie Mellon. They gave me the tools to take those risks. And by the way, some of those tools are sitting right here. Honestly, they are my resources. I and all of you. But honestly, truthfully, I have survived because of some of these maps, like these resources that I've had in my back pocket. So I think back to that Get Lost exercise in Rome. And I think to myself, you know what? Living my fullest life, for me, it's all about adventure. That's a glacier in Iceland. So whether it's travel, Iceland is awesome. But whether it's travel, whether it's courses, whether it's extracurriculars, electives, whatever you do, work, travel, play, whatever, for me, it's all about discovering uncharted territory and testing my limits. And all the while, I know that I have two things that I can rely on. The first thing is that I have the confidence to know what my values are. I can trust my gut. If it feels good, I know it's the best decision for me. And when I don't know, I've got my maps. I have amazing people in my life. I've been a part of incredible institutions like this one that I can call up when I'm feeling unhinged. So here's what I'd like all of you to do. Take a look around you. Yeah, do it. These people, this building, those buildings, they are your maps. They are your resources. You can rely on these people and those buildings and your professors and your mentors and the staff here and your alumni. You can rely on them to push you outside of your comfort zone, but also support you along the way. You know, getting lost is what we should be doing here in college. There is no better institution to get lost than this place. I guarantee you, because I've been to other institutions. I have a master's degree as well. This is the place for adventure. It starts now. It starts here. Except I know tomorrow you're starting class. And I know, so here's the thing. You're starting class tomorrow and you're going to world history, right? Or interp and argument, or computing at CMU. I know that you did not get lost. You had to take those classes. I'm not blind to that, right? Okay, but I promise you, within the next 4 years, you are going to have so many opportunities to get lost. It's unbelievable. Whether you audition for a Scotch and Soda play in their new amazing Black Box Theater, or you join a buggy team, Fringe, you should join Fringe, all right? Or you become an RA like so many of us here, this is the place. Get lost. I urge you to get lost because I have to tell you that by getting lost, I have never been more found. Thanks, everybody.